So just yesterday, I made a video about how you're not built to be happy. And as I was editing that video, I thought, I want to talk about neutral being more positive, which sounds kind of ridiculous actually when I say it, right? Because neutral is supposed to be neutral. But I guess what I came up with or what I was thinking about, and I talked to a colleague about this yesterday, and the idea of neutrality is like this completely objective state of mind, right? So if you can get into a completely objective state of mind, often in meditation, you can try to get there. It's, I guess, for me, and I really can only talk about me because I only have intimate knowledge of my own mind. So in my mind, when I'm meditating, I get to this point where there's not really any thinking for a very short period of time, a few seconds. Um, where I'm able to recognize, oh, these are thoughts. These are thoughts about all the things I need to do today, or an interaction I had with somebody, or something like that. So, but I'm able to like step back from that, observe it, kind of let go of the thoughts, let go of the attachment to the thoughts, and be in what I would consider a neutral state of mind. When I'm in that neutral state of mind, I feel like this is usually a meditation. Like I feel a smile appear upon my face. Like I feel it. Um, and the reason I feel it is probably because I've associated getting to that state with a positive emotion. Like I feel like I've conquered my mind for a minute, or I feel like, not a minute, a few seconds, but multiple times in a 10 or 15-minute meditations session. So there's the positivity of conquering my mind. There's the positivity of accomplishing not being attached to my thoughts. There's the neutral state actually feels positive. And to me, this is mindfulness. Like this is what all the research on mindfulness is about. All the studies that indicate mindfulness is effective. When you're not attached to your thinking, and the way I get there predominantly, besides meditation, is psychology. Like I've studied psychology, I don't even know, 30 years, let's say, more probably. And in that time, the more and more and more I learn about psychology, the more I know that my thoughts are just my own private perception of the world. They seldom agree with objective reality. And I don't have to listen to them. That they're ridiculous, they're absurd, like it says on the sign up there. Um, there's no need to pay attention to these thoughts, whatever they are. It doesn't have to just be negative thoughts, it can be anything. These are just illusions, they're just my perception. And when I'm able to remember that, which even though I've studied psychology for 30 some years, I don't remember it all the time. I get attached to my thoughts. I get attached to my opinions, my beliefs. I think I'm right, well, just like we all do. But when I'm able to remember that, when I'm able to remember these are just thoughts, they're not reality, they're not truths, okay? I get to that neutral place, and that neutral place leads to a positive feeling. So I feel like I've conquested my mind for like this brief period because it doesn't last that long. And again, I get caught up in everything, just like everyone else. So the more you practice getting to that neutral state, the more you practice, um, you know, not being attached to thinking, not being attached to your thoughts, not believing everything you think, the more neutral you're able to be. And you can associate that neutrality with conquering your mind, with the real you, the being, the observer, not the thoughts, not your conditioning, not all the things that have led to you being who you actually think you are. I know some of that's deep, um, but that's okay. It should be. It's just a good state, and I know as a therapist, I'm privileged to talk about that state and get to that state during the course of my work. So I'm just trying to share that. That's it. Hope this is helpful.